or you'll get up to $100 in credits. At least your pickup will go as planned.
It's in-season tournament time. It's NBA on ESPN time.
That's Our Move, a new season of women's college hoops on the networks of ESPN.
All right, the SEC halftime report. Cole Cubelic, Roman Harper here, and we are here to talk about the college football playoffs. Alabama, Michigan, the Rose Bowl, the granddaddy of them all, as Keith Jackson would say, but not in that voice. Cole is much better at that.
Alabama is going to win this game because I think athleticism is going to be very different on both sides of the ball. I think when you look at the secondary, you look at the receivers, you look at the running backs, that's the one spot that Michigan may be able to even things out at. But if Alabama can win first down and allow those pass rushers to cut loose, Michigan's had a tackle problem here recently. And I do think Jaheim Otis, Tim Smith, Deontay Lawson at linebacker, Jihad Campbell, 17 even played great for Alabama last week. They can stand up just enough to that Michigan rushing attack. I don't think they're going to be able to get it going all day.
I just think this Alabama team has been on another level. I'm really excited to see this matchup because this is like two teams with the biggest chips on their shoulders coming against each other right now. Michigan has been tested, been doubted all year long because of, for different reasons, with their head coach Jim Harbaugh missing 6 games for suspensions. And all they did was continue to win and stack up wins, especially against Ohio State, their biggest rivalry. Alabama, they had the loss at home versus Texas earlier. Everybody threw them away. And all they've continued to do is continue to win since that point. They literally said everybody else is against us. Blank, let all naysayers know. And that is their motto right now, and they're living by it. And, of course, on the field, this is a dangerous team with an explosive playmaker at the quarterback position. And if you have a running quarterback, it is the ultimate equalizer in college football. That is why I am leaning towards Alabama for this win.
Yeah, I feel like Isaiah Bond continues to grow in his role.
Yes.
Tommy Rees, continue that perimeter quarterback run game going. Get that Michigan defense moving outside. That should open up some things on the interior. If this game turns into a track meet, can Michigan keep up? Can J.J. McCarthy be that guy in that kind of game?
I think J.J. McCarthy is uber talented. The guy can throw the football all over the place. He's athletic, as you can see right here, throwing across his body and being able to complete passes in different areas.
Great if number 9 was trying right now.
My favorite name in college football, Roman Wilson, is also a track. Is a burner on the outside. You got to be able to keep these guys in front of them. And, of course, we all know how good this running game is for Michigan with 2 really, really talented running backs on that side. And on the other side of it, Michigan is stout up front with their D tackles. We know that they can put pressure on the quarterback from the front, and they have to be able to keep guys locked in front of them. But, man, I just want to see how the defense and how the back and forth is going to be playing because we don't get to see this matchup all the time. And last time, I remember these two matching up. I believe it was in Florida before. Yes.
Orange Bowl.
Yes. Everybody thought Alabama was going to win that game, and it did not go well for Alabama at all.
Chris Samuels had the shoulder. He didn't go in that game. Orange Bowl. Another game that a lot of people are excited about. Georgia, Florida State.
You excited?
Who plays? I don't know who's going to play in this game. Is Georgia really motivated to go win this game? They have to be deflated after not getting into the playoff. I think Georgia's one of the 4 best teams in college football, but how do you bounce back, get into this game, and get uber motivated for this game? And where is Florida State mentally? Roman, I have no idea if this team is coming out with a point to prove, if they want to go show the world that they are one of the 4 best teams or the best team in college football. You could do it with a convincing win against Georgia, but I don't know how many Georgia guys are going to show up for this game.
Cole, we are literally our T-shirts right now, all right? You are the dark side. You are Darth Vader. Look at me. I am dabbing. I am having a good time for myself over here. I believe that both of these teams will want to play and be motivated by competition. Yes, Georgia has had injuries. How healthy is a healthy Georgia? I do not know, but I do know that they do play with a sense of urgency, that Georgia's 1 + 1 = 3. That is their mantra. They have always played in these tough games no matter what it has been for. And Florida State, you can continue to shock the world and tell everybody, shoot them right back at themselves if you go out here and beat Georgia. Now, if you allow Georgia to dominate you, then everything else goes through. And now you prove everybody else right. And so I would rather lean on the thing of, hey, I'm going to go out here and prove everybody else wrong and prove myself right. versus allowing them to all tell us how bad we are or that we didn't deserve it, and then we play a game anyway, because you got to play it. You got to play it.
Very
and all of a sudden, you don't win it.
task, I think, for Mike Norvell and Kirby Smart to just get their guys motivated and into this game. And I just think for Florida State, yes, great group of receivers, Johnny Wilson and company. That defensive line with Jared Verse, Braden Fisk, they're going to be tough to manage.
Yes.
But top to bottom, if everything's even, Georgia's a better football team, and they should go out and win this game.
Yes, it just really, I feel bad for Florida State because Jordan Travis got injured. And that's going to be the tell of this whole thing, and that's all anybody's going to talk about. But the way to change that whole narrative, because Jordan Travis will be on the sideline with his team, is to go out there and win that game. Florida State continue to stay on this ride that you've been on all year long. Handle your business. I love this.
This should be fun. This has been your SEC halftime report. Back to more hoops.
For another 20 minutes. That was Sarah Detweiler, Andy Brock, Steve Hamer, happy to join you for 20 more. Steve, it's been an all-around good performance from Tennessee, trying to get back in the win column, but it started at that defensive end.
Well, how do you fix the defensive problems, right? You give up 61 points in the first half at 17 in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Man, you start right here by digging in and playing solid defense. Get your hands in passing lanes, deflections, reaching in with two hands, getting steals, getting blocks. This is what Tennessee basketball does, man. It's like an anaconda. They just slowly choke the life out of you on the defensive end and make it extremely tough.
Absolutely. Well put, Steve Hamer. Tennessee for 7 turnovers, 16 steals in that first half of action. Offensively, though, they've been great as well. Dalton Knapp kicks us off here second half with a pair underneath the hoop.
Yeah, great set. Again, Coach Barnes is one of the best coming out of a timeout, coming out of a break, and just really coming up with a great set to get someone wide open.
Keyshawn Hall for the first 3 for George Mason here in the second half. No good. Ty Ziegler and the things to start the second half. Anu, top of the key, he's got a second 3.
Second 3. That, again, makes it so tough for a defense, because sometimes as a big, you want to lay off and dare him to shoot the 3, but if he shoots that 3 and knocks it down consistently, man, it opens up all sorts of passing lanes and angles for the rest of his team.
Jonas Aidoo dealt with a bit of foul trouble in his last 3 games, limited him from seeing that full potential when he was going head-to-head with some of the best big men in the country. Rick Barnes thinks he's among that group. We're seeing a lot of that tonight.
Yeah, you're seeing him really evolve as a basketball player, well-rounded. Used to, he came in, he was a defensive guy, blocked some shots, and you were lucky if you got a few baskets out of him here and there. But he's a guy that you can count on when you need a basket night in and night out.
See the vision that time. That's his 3rd assist of the game as well. Finds a streaking Dalton Knapp for another 2 in the second half. That's a turnover for George Mason. Great start for Tennessee out of the gates.
Yeah, you look again at Jonas Aidoo. Okay, you're going to lay off. I'm going to rise up and I'm going to knock it down because I can shoot the ball with confidence from anywhere on this field.
Aidoo just 0 for 5 from 3 coming in tonight. This is the second time now in his career he's ever made 2 3-pointers in a game. He has that ability. We've seen that throughout his tenure at Tennessee. Here's Knapp rising up, was challenged. That foul was won from Amari Kelly. What a swat.
Man, sometimes you just got to rise up, and that's what Knapp did. But sometimes people rise up even higher with that block that led to a 3 on the other end.
Great sequence for the Patriots. They needed it.
They needed that. They needed something to kill that momentum that Tennessee has built.
8 points now for Keyshawn Hall, their leading scorer. Aidoo inside. It's Amari Kelly that time around.
Such a great touch. Such a great touch, man. He's put in a lot of hard work in that offseason, getting stronger, getting in better shape, utilizing the right hand and the left hand, man. He's a well-rounded basketball player right now for Tennessee.
Wide off the screen, he loses it. James is there to collect. Another turnover for George Mason. That number continues to climb. It's number 9 for him. And the foul. The big man on fire.
Man, he is on fire. I believe in NBA Jam, they would say he's on fire. He's in fuego, right? I mean, gosh, what is he not doing? He's stepping outside, knocking down shots. He's doing the mid-range thing with his left hand, and he's finishing through contact.
I think he knows it as well. A little flare at the end of that and 1. Game high 16 points. 7 of 9 from the floor. Coach Barnes said going into the locker room, he thought Edu could do more. So he's come out the second 20. Not his best of the 2 minutes we've seen from him.
Well, he's so quiet in nature. You know what I mean? He's not one of those vocal leaders. He's just going to do his job and do it to the very best of his ability.
Timeout for George Mason. It's a career-high evening for Jonas Aidoo. He's got 17. Tennessee cruising.
Emphasis moving forward for Tennessee basketball. If they can get him to consistently score 10 to 15 to 20 some nights, look out. Again, they're already a dangerous team, but when they get production from Jonas Aidoo, the likes of what they have right now, look out.
Yeah, Coach Barnes has been speaking very highly on Jonas Aidoo as we welcome back in Sarah Detweiler.
Exactly, Andy. Coach Barnes said Jonas Aidoo is a great basketball player, and he hasn't even scratched the surface to what he can be. He knows how to pass, knows how to shoot, and he's quicker than what most people might think. He also said as long as he continues to believe in himself and the expectations we have for him, I think the sky's the limit for him.
Absolutely. The thing with Jonas Aidoo, Steve, he always knew that potential was there. He's always been a key contributor off the bench. Now he's at a point where he can be that vocal big man. Can't get that time around, but he's a guy you're going to want to try to get to just about every possession.
Yeah, it's the belief, right? You know, Sarah hit the nail on the head. It's the belief. It's that knowing that, man, I can get this done. I can be relied upon when we need a tough 2 or even a 3. I can get that done too.
Talk about how big it is to face these high-quality teams that Tennessee has earlier in the season. How big was it for Jonas Aidoo to see some of the best big men in the country?
I'd be willing to say those are 3 of the best that basketball has to offer in terms of college basketball. Hunter Dickinson, he's just a load. He can shoot the 3. He can block shots. He can do everything. And you got Zach Edey, man, who will probably be the player of the year nationally. And then you follow that up with Baytown from North Carolina.
Not to say things will get any easier. Always tough night in and night out when you're living in the paint, but you're not going to see many like Tennessee has seen post 3 and how Aidoo getting it on the fun defensively. That's a swat. No, thank you.
Yeah, not on my watch, man. Not on my watch. Welcome to the block party.
Everything type of night for Jonas Aidoo as Tennessee leads by 19.
What we were brewing in Fairfax and how tremendous the program was.
Yeah, it's a game that sets the tempo for the things that they were able to do 2 seasons later. You go to the Final Four 2006. That starts with big wins prior. It doesn't just happen out of thin air, but they got that win over Tennessee in the NIT Invitational at home in 2004. Tony Skinn, co-game high 16 points. That first layup that Sarah mentioned. Game changer in that one. It's been a while since these 2 teams have seen one another.
Yeah, I think if Coach Barnes had his brothers, he'd rather play George Mason a lot more. But I know contracts come up and all this other ancillary things. But these are 2 programs that need to get together more often.
So many ties between Tennessee and George Mason at this point. Could be see more and more frequent. Maddox trying to answer Vescovi's 3. Tennessee's in.
Yeah, that's not a good shot. You need some ball reversal. You need to run some offense. You're in jeopardy of letting this thing get away from you pretty quickly here. You're very fortunate that Tennessee turned the ball over there, but, the lead is 22. You need to run some offense.
First points of the game for Santiago Vescovi.
Really good to see him knock it down. He's been scuffling from the 3-point line a little bit, but one thing never changes with Santiago, and that is the fact that he plays solid, tough-nosed defense. You got to keep him in the starting lineup. He is an all-SEC guy. You know that the offense is going to come at some point.
Yeah, Santiago fantastic against Kansas at 21 points, hit 5 3-pointers, but no points. Just 14 minutes on the road against North Carolina. Coach Barnes a bit frustrated with that performance, with a bit of inconsistency in that one. Team scored 92 points. Vescovi did not have any. It seems to be an oddity. Dirty Tennessee team with Santiago Vescovi in it.
Yeah, it's definitely something that, Tennessee can expect moving forward. You would think you score all of those points over at North Carolina, and Santi, was held at the minimum. So that's going to change.
Again, not a common preseason for Vescovi. Missed those exhibition games. Thrown right back to the lineup, so still trying to get into that consistent flow. Rick Barnes was not pleased with the turnover last trip down for Tennessee. Jordan James fighting smoothness in that jumper.
Yeah, just very efficient. Just a couple of ball dribbles, that reverse pivot, turn, face with that left hand strong, man. He is so good at that.
Adu up top now. Conche dished out to Maddox. Ishak gets a paw in there.
You talk about all of the things that Josiah Jordan James does well, and that perhaps is one of the best, man. Just rise it up, get to the sweet spot, turn around, and really releasing the ball at its highest point, right? Youngsters out there, man, sometimes don't want to extend that and hold that follow through. But man, Tennessee is taught from day one to get that shot up as far as it can be released.
Finish from Trey Wood. It ends a bit of a scoring drought there for George Mason. Deficit now 22 points. Tennessee has come out of the gates flying through the second half. Vescovi on the dribble drive, dumps it off. Tobe Awaka got it and one.
So, again, you look at Santiago, it starts with Santi. It starts with a strong dribble drive with his left hand to get down the paint, not necessarily looking to finish of his own volition, but passing it to set up a teammate for an and one opportunity.
Not only is this a good chance for Tennessee just to get back in a rhythm at home, they've been away for 3 weeks. They never played that long away from home since 2011. It's been a long time since they've had to go on a stretch like that. And the teams they play, not only though is tonight a chance just to get comfortable here, but it's a chance to get back in the win column, and they get some of those key guys who were injured back, like Tobe Awaka, just to get back in the mix.
Yes, not Tobe Awaka, you get him back, but you get Freddie De Leon back. You avoided a disastrous injury by Dalton Connect, so get some guys healthy, and you're going to have a really good season.
Tennessee making the turn into December, looking for not necessarily a reset, just a step forward, losing 3 in a row.
Well, that conference play is on the horizon, right? If you look out on the horizon, you see the likes of Kentucky and Arkansas and Ole Miss and Florida and all of those people that are vying for an SEC championship right there in your way. So you've played some really good competition. You've got a great RPI. Sure, you haven't won the games that you wanted to win, but you played exceedingly well, and you still got so much ahead of you to play for.
DeLeon on the drive, looking for Awaka. Turns the ball over. Patriots looking to cut into this Tennessee lead. Maddox, good dish to Kelly. Meshack swats it away.
Welcome to the block party.
Here comes Connect. Takes some contact. Up with one hand, no good, but Awaka, that's what you missed with him. Strong forward. Meshack off the mark.
Almost wanted Tobe Awaka to go back up with that, right? You did the dirty work. You kept it high. Go back up with that. Use that soft jump hook that you've got.
I feel like that's the next level for Tobe Awaka. So much physical ability inside, but you want to see that offense progress.
Yeah, you want to see it progress, and he is right now on the precipice of doing something special. Had a tremendous summer, had 2 overseas trips in which he averaged a double-double. So, you just hope that maturation process continues at an accelerated rate. And Tennessee, man, they can count on him in the future.
Freddie Newton knocks down the triple. Down to 22. Tennessee will slow things down over their last 4 from the floor. Connect. Can't find one. Wonka again on the offensive board. Shaq can't get on the drive. Coach Barnes yelling at his guys here. Shot clock's at 8. DeLeon, good move. Goes up strong. Swatted, but a foul before. Will send DeLeon to the line.
When you look at the fact here, Tennessee, again, they hang their hat on defense. Right now, you can hang your hat on Jamon Meshack meeting you at the rim. Intensity that George Mason puts forth, they cause a lot of turnovers. Well, Tennessee has 7 turnovers for the night. When you juxtapose that with the fact that they've got 21 assists, you look at George Mason. George Mason's turned the ball over 10 times and only has 5 assists. So, man, Tennessee is really playing so very well on both ends of the floor.
We saw those rebound numbers as well. Tennessee out-rebounding George Mason 32-19 in those 3 losses. Volunteers out-rebounded again against 3 very quality top 10 teams. But nice for Tennessee to be on that other side of the rebounding battle, limiting offensive boards, second chance points. Obviously, key component to every Rick Barnes team is rebounding the basketball.
That's key. And again, if you're going to play for Coach Barnes, you're going to do a couple of things. You're going to do it at the high level. You're going to play defense, and you're going to have to rebound. No second chance points given up under his watch. I don't care if you're a 6-year guy or a freshman. He's going to coach you just as hard because he's going to get the max out of you.
Kelly, backdoor cut, finding his man. The finish is Austin Ball, freshman. Tough layup.
Yeah, Austin Ball set Santiago Vescovi up by coming up as if he was going to play a little 2-man action and went backdoor. Great pass, great finish.
Tennessee has not hit a shot from the floor in nearly 3 minutes. Developed a bit more of a rhythm offensively. Vescovi is the one to do it. Yep, gets it to roll around. That's his second 3-pointer.
He needs those to go in. He's the type of shooter. He's a volume shooter. And when volume shooters, when they get going, you better look out.
Coach Barnes wasn't happy with Vescovi just because he knows the type of caliber player he is, and he has to be that consistency for Tennessee night in and night out as Darius Maddox connects with another one.
Darius Maddox, good-looking player, man. Shot down with confidence, shot it in rhythm.
Maddox has 15 to lead the Patriots. He's averaged only 17 points. Team's last 3. Another good night for him. James backing in Maddox. Has strength into paint, and he earns 2 again. As James done a good job of getting to the line as well.
Yeah, you look at Santiago Vescovi, great screen there by Tobe Awaka, springing him open. It's a great-looking jump shot. And then on the other end, look, I'm going to rise up. If your hands are down, I'm going to shoot over top.
15 3-pointers combined, these 2 teams. First free throw on the mark.
He's really struggled from the line tonight. Really struggled.
I'm going to go makes him 2 for 6. Tennessee on the free throw line tonight, 6 of 12, 50%. He's lobbing it inside. Amari Kelly stuck between the baseline and Tobe Awaka. He stepped on the line.
Stepped on the line, and probably, had he not stepped on the line, it's probably going to be called for an offensive foul. Look.
Tough space to be in between Awaka and the baseline. And then he wins in that scenario. Ziegler trying to beat Awaka other end, and they're going to get Kelly with the foul.
We talked about this, but it was a point of emphasis for Coach Barnes to really get that ball on the interior, get his big guys some work, making sure that you keep the ball high to them when you're throwing it to the interior, or if there's a situation like that, using the bounce pass. So they're making that effort to really give their big guys a lot of work.
Bounds Vescovy searching for a third play of the game, off the mark that time.
Good screen-to-screener action by Tennessee.
That's a turnover. So Kai Ziegler made it difficult for Trey Wood to find any breathing room. Turnovers keep climbing for George Mason. That's number 12.
I think if you look at someone like Zakai Ziegler, right? He's not the tallest guy in the world, but what he lacks in size, man, he makes up for it in heart. He just goes after it every single night, every single possession.
Waka, one-on-one, goes up on Kelly, yes, what a finish.
Good spin move, get it back to your strong hand, baseline, soft touch there. Great move, great offense.
7 points tonight for Waka, 3 for 4 from the floor. This could be looking back inside again for Waka. That was the point. Coach Barnes, let's feed the big men inside. We've seen Jonas Aidoo, Toby Waka feast. Waka able to buy the bucket. He's got 7. Tennessee leading 24. On the other side, they were looking to prove themselves against one of the top teams in the nation, but that's what happens sometimes when you go up against one of the top teams in the nation. They're going to play like it.
Yeah, and to some casual viewers out there, you start to question, well, why you're up 24 with less than 8 minutes left? Why would you not go to the bench and give some of the young pups more playing time? But what you really need to pay attention to is that this is still a pretty new team, right? You're trying to infuse the likes of Dalton Connect and Aganey and JP Estrella. You're trying to infuse them and come up with the best 5 at all times on the floor. So that's the reason why you see the starters still on the floor with the addition of Tobe Awaka.
Again, first few minutes for Tobe Awaka since the Maui tournament. His minutes were in question. How many would he go? He's been in for about 8 up to this point. They have been really good 8 minutes, 9 points for him now.
Really productive 8 minutes. Having his fingerprints all over, grabbing rebounds, blocking shots, defending at a high level.
Henry in for George Mason, Jared Phillips. Baseline, he stepped on the line. It's another turnover for George Mason. For Tony Skinn, you knew this was going to be a challenge coming into tonight's game. Knew it would be a battle of toughness. What you've seen from this Patriot group right now, it's down 26, but yeah, it's still a very competitive start to the season.
Well, they haven't backed down, right? The score is kind of getting away from them just a little bit, but they're playing just as hard right now as they did when the whistle first blew to start this game. And that's what you want to see. That right there. I'm not gonna give up an easy pass to the big guy, Jonas Aidoo. I'm gonna deflect that, give my team an opportunity to cut into this lead.
It's a good turnover, good defense from George Mason. It leads to the basket. Woody Newton on the drive. Coach Barnes not happy with that entry feed. Josiah Jordan James that time. He calls a timeout to talk about it.
And I think Josiah's gonna hear about that. That's a tough entry pass, right? Because you want to keep it high, but I think you would make it better if you pass it and utilize a better angle. And then what a great finish on the other end by Woody Newton. So, if you're Tennessee, Coach Barnes, one thing he's not going to do is stop coaching. Even though his team is up by 24 points with 7 minutes left, he is not going to stop coaching. And that's what makes this team so special, that they are coachable, they're disciplined, and they listen. They'll make the adjustment and play better on the other side.
Rare mistake tonight from Josiah Jordan James. He's got 6 assists on the night. That ties a career high. Other times he's had 3 assists for all back in his freshman season, 2019-2020. He's done it 3 different times prior to that season. He's been doing a little bit of everything, but now on the bench following that turnover. Here's Gainey. Ziegler off the feed. Tossing it in for Awaka, looking for double digits. Ball movement for Tennessee. Ziegler, no good on the three.
Good defense by the Patriots.
Oje searching for his man. A nice catch and a nice finish from Malik Henry. Almost looked like a wide receiver on that feed.
Again, you talk about the buy-in from your basketball team. They're not quitting. They're still playing.
Escobar. Gainey left open off the screen from Awaka. No good. Tome jumps up. Grabs it. Strong finish. Tome Awaka offensive board. That's what he brings night in and night out.
We talked about it. You know, Andy, he gets his mitts around that basketball, man. No one's going to strip the ball away from him. Does a great job of keeping the ball high, going right back up with it.
Long three is good. Woody Newton knocks it down.
Woody just wants more playing time, you know. He's got 5 of their last couple points there, and good looking athlete.
8 points for Newton, transfer from Oklahoma State. Playing about 16 minutes a game. Waka again, so productive in minimum minutes. Right back up, can't connect, but Waka 11 points, 4 of 6 from the floor. 7 rebounds in just 9 minutes tonight.
Yeah, one of the things I'd like to see Tome do is spin, right? Utilize the spin move back to the baseline. Because, you know, if you're going to self-scout, you'll see that you're more apt to go over that left shoulder. So sometimes, man, defense is going to hang on that left shoulder.
Woody Newton's starting to feel it. He knocks down another triple. He's got 11. He's 3 for 3 from beyond the arc. 14 minutes played. He might maybe serve himself some more playing time. Gainey, good response on the other side.
Gainey's such a good shooter. He's another quality shooter. You know, sometimes when you need a bucket, you run him off a baseline screen and just let him go to work.
Oje driving in. Waka called on the foul as Malik Henry went soaring. Tobe Awaka not going to allow an easy layup inside.
Right decision. You know, it's just a business decision, right? Nothing personal. I'm just going to make you earn it from the charity stripe.
But the Tennessee big men tonight, both hitting career high marks. Jonas Aidoo hit his career high. Tobe Awaka's 11 points. It's now a career high for him. And again, just limited minutes.
Not only that, limited minutes, but again, you talk about the fact that Tennessee can score from every position. They've got so many scores up and down the lineup. Santiago from the three-point line and having scored only 6 points. Again, he's an all-SEC performer, and he's not playing at that level. Will that come? Yes. But they're having scoring from all other aspects of the game, from their bigs, from their guards, from everyone else.
Kate Phillips in for the first time tonight for Tennessee. Tips over for Tobe Awaka. 2 for 2 that time for Malik Henry. Phillips, the freshman forward, Jacksonville, Alabama. Escobar on the drive. Backwards no look pass for Phillips. It's 2 shots for the freshman.
What a tremendous pass from Santiago Escobar to Phillips. I think it even surprised Phillips that it was coming to him. You know, that right there shows you that someone like Santi, who's not shooting the ball well, we just talked about that. He only has 6 points right now, but man, you do so many other things well to help this team win.
Kate Phillips received a lot of praise from Coach Barnes just on his toughness, his aggressiveness. He's played in 6 games now. Like 7 minutes of contest, a guy that almost redshirted at the beginning of the year, and this team said, no, we need him.
Yeah, very interesting to hear Coach Barnes talk about that in shoot-around today, that, you know, they thought about redshirting, but the team in unison stood up and said, no, we're not redshirting him. We need him to play.
Not a good quality minutes in his first season. That's another turnover from George Mason. Ziegler behind the back. Escobar can't finish off the block from Henry, but there's a foul prior, so Santi will head to the line on the other side. Tennessee, 23.
level. Will that come?
Steve, I know this has to make you smile. The big men going to work on the interior. Tobe Waka, Jonas Edu, career highs, putting in work on the offensive end. All night long, Tennessee on a current 7-0 run, points in the paint, piling up for Tennessee. 36 points in the paint. George Mason's 20.
Man, this is absolutely fantastic, right? This does my heart good. You know, I'm over here just salivating at the fact that these bigs have their own. We need to give a shout out to the producer, right? Give a shout out to Allison, the producer, because she threw this package together knowing that I'd be giddy, absolutely giddy, over the fact that Jonas Edu, Tobe Awaka, 28 points, 15 rebounds. Man, they have played very, very well. And if they can continue to play at this level, Tennessee could very well see themselves in a long dance, Andy, in March. Not a short dance, but a long dance.
Steve Hamer, that was you back in the day, correct?
Well, numbers were a little bit smaller back in the day. A little bit smaller.
Dominating in the paint for the Volunteers. Steve Hamer here. That was Allison Paris, who you gave the shout out to, our producer, with everything together for us. Carter Mills, our director. Got a great crew tonight.
Tremendous crew. Absolutely tremendous crew.
He knocks in a free throw. Tennessee on their way again. They're searching to get back in the win column. And 3 straight tough ones against now current top 10 teams. We got another challenge coming up on Saturday. Byron Illini, Illinois, coming to Knoxville. Austin Ball knocks in the 3.
Great screener action to get Austin Ball wide open look there, and he knocked it down.
Gainer from the corner. Kate Phillips, offensive rebound, up strong, 2 shots.
That's what you love about Kate Phillips. He's boxed out. He doesn't quit by staying on someone's back. He doesn't quit. He had that stick-to-itiveness, if you will. Got the offensive rebound and tried to go back up with it instead of passing it out. Kudos to that young man.
Have to feel like the mask adds a bit of paint presence. Knocks in the free throw.
Thank goodness that I never had to play a mask because, you know, it might have been better for viewers looking at this mug that I've got if I put on a mask, but man, I just wouldn't be able to breathe, and I don't know. I'm very fortunate, very blessed not to have to wear a mask in my career.
Feels like it gives you that little extra edge, but you're right, it can't be comfortable. Kate Phillips has rocked it here this freshman season. Might have to keep it on if he continues to play with the toughness he has. Patriots going to get together some offense. Maddox for Koje. Yes, another triple for George Mason. They've been successful beyond the arc. That's number 11 as a team.
Yeah, they shot the ball well. They shot the ball exceedingly well. They've run good offense, and, you know, good offense beats good defense sometimes.
48% night from 3-point, George Mason. Done a really good job of that throughout the season, averaging about 9 threes per contest. Much the same night. Danny no good. That's going to be an offensive foul on the rebound. JP Estrella.
You don't mind that foul, right? I don't mind that because JP Estrella is trying to get his team another possession. Now, you know, he'll learn, he'll mature that you can't completely shove someone in the back with 2 hands. Subtly nudge them out of the way and try to wedge yourself in there to get that rebound.
Ball catch and shoot. Mason successful, can't find a 12-3. Estrella on the defense. Keeps Henry away from the 2. Gainey on the other end. Henry, huge block, rejects Gainey.
And denied at the rim. Great block.
All inside. Patriots trying to put together a nice little run. They made 6 of their last 8. And one opportunity. Austin Ball.
Tremendous defense on one end, right? Gainey probably should have passed that one off. The little bounce pass there got rejected. And then you go to the other end. And one opportunity. They're not quitting, right? This is what makes your team come together. They could have just mailed it in. They got down by 24, 25, could have mailed it in. But no, man, these guys have too much pride.
All game connect, the and one chance. Cameron Carr in for Tennessee. DeLeon in. We got 4 freshmen on the court for Rick Barnes' squad. Estrella inside, goes up tall.
That's that spin move, right? We talked about that with Toby Nwaka. If you just spin move, go back over that right shoulder, man. You got more of a chance to put that in sometimes.
Drive in, Cameron Carr with the swat.
Really love Cameron Carr, man. Young kid, always plays with a smile on his face. Great athlete.
Leon almost loses it. Important minutes here for the freshman. Great feed from DeLeon. Estrella connects his second bucket back-to-back possessions.
You're going to really, if you're a Tennessee fan, you're going to really love Freddie DeLeon. Once he's completely healthy, once he learns the position, once he learns to play that position the way that Coach Barnes wants him to play, going to be a special point guard for Tennessee.
There's DeLeon with the drive. Again, back from the injury in this game. Can't finish on the layup. As we now hit the final 60 seconds. Tennessee looks like they're going to get back in that win column. As Henry finishes inside. George Mason did not quit on this one. The Patriots, a team that are going to be fighting throughout the A-10 all season long. As Henry, foul on Estrella, almost had a wide open dunk.
Yeah, Estrella was so wide open, I think he was shocked that he was that wide open. You know, and that's one of the things you're going to see JP do, man. JP is going to give you that because he runs the floor very, very well. Looks to post up, looks to show his teammates his numbers to get that ball. Man, he's going to be a special player as well. Out of Maine, had a conversation with his parents out in Honolulu with Tennessee basketball. You know, the best athlete in his family may very well be his mom. You know, she was Miss Basketball in the state of Maine. So, you know, he's got a lot of growing up to do.
Big shoes to fill. Some good minutes for him here in the back half of this game. Up to 5 points, can make it 6 at the line here with his final effort. 4 minutes played for Estrella. Stay at 5. Check out the offensive board from Meshack, keeping the possession alive. DeLeon floated up. And a bit wild on the feed. Turnovers on both ends.
A little helter-skelter to finish this game. But if you know one thing about these two head coaches, man, they want to finish it the right way.
Tennessee has a big one again this upcoming Saturday. Illinois come to town. Only loss is Marquette on the season. They got a big one tonight with Florida Atlantic. Estrella, the jam, cherry on top for Tennessee.
Great dish from Cameron Carr. Could have settled for that 3. Could have settled for the mid-range, but looked to get his teammate involved.
Nice possession there for George Mason. 2 for Woody Newton. It'll be a nice break for the Patriots. Exam period's coming up for these athletes. We'll get back to action on the 16th against Loyola, Maryland. In conference play, already on the horizon.
Were you a good exam taker, Andy?
Wouldn't say I was excellent, were you?
I tried to learn through osmosis. You know, I tried to put the book under the pillow, man. Just sleep. You know,
that works.
A lot of times people say just sleep on things. I took it literally.
Yep.
Just sleep on the book and see if good things happen.
5 seconds left. Tennessee's going to get win number 5. George Mason battled Rick Barnes and his group. Were able